Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening to the connection. I think it's good now, but hopefully. Notre Dame, South Carolina. Great game. 38-38. 2:13 to go. Second 9 for Notre Dame as they're in the red zone here. Notre Dame looked like they were going to put the game away. 38-31. Looks like they were going to go get in the end zone, put the game away, pretty much go up by 14. And then a 100-yard pick six to tie the game for South Carolina. So that's where we're at. South Carolina just used the timeout. They got two more, 2:13 to go. Notre Dame's driving. They're at about the 23, I believe. Here in this Gator Bowl. Sorry I haven't been able to call more bowl games. That was the plan, but yeah, we're gonna call this one. Maybe we'll call Wyoming, Ohio, if that's close in the fourth quarter. And then I'm not gonna call Clemson, Tennessee tonight, as I would love to. That's gonna be a great game. And then I'm going somewhere to watch tomorrow's two games: college football playoff, Michigan, TCU, and Ohio State, Georgia. So I don't think I'm going to be able to call those at all, but unfortunately. But I'll try and see if I can call those. And then Monday we'll see if we can do Cotton Bowl and then the Rose Bowl. New Year's or some more New Year's Six games even. I think there's a couple more that day. Yeah, for the New Year's Six. So here we go, 38-38, tied game, Gator Bowl, fourth quarter, 2:13 to go. Step aside for a second, we'll be back for the final 2 minutes. All right, 38-38, Notre Dame, South Carolina here in this Gator Bowl. Here we go. So Notre Dame's ball on the South Carolina 19, 28-28. South Carolina, I believe, still has two timeouts, so they're most likely going to be able to get the ball back they should be able to get the ball back. Still 2 minutes to go. I think they still have two. Notre Dame, number 21 in the country. South Carolina, number 19. Here we go. Handoff. It's going to lose. No, he's able to fight back. Looked like he was going to lose a lot of yardage, but he pushes forward for a solid gain of about 4. So it looked like he was going to lose 4. His linemen are able to come all the way back and push him forward for a gain of 4. And South Carolina is now going to use their second timeout. So they're going to need to get a stop here. They just need to make sure that Notre Dame can't run the rest of this clock out and kick a game-winning field goal. But I think either way, they're going to get the ball back with a chance to tie it or win it. So Blake Grupp, senior, he's made one kick today, 37 yards. He's going to have a chance if they can't get this to kick the field goal and try to take the lead in this, give his team the lead in this Gator Bowl. So one timeout left for South Carolina. It's been an 11 play, 64-yard drive for Notre Dame. It's taken up about 6 minutes of this clock to run this clock all the way down to 145. South Carolina's going to need to get a stop here and at least hold Notre Dame to a field goal. It's been a great game so far. The 100-yard pick six for South Carolina tied it. Here we go. 3rd and 7. Takes a snap. It's going to be a bootleg. Gonna look, and his tight end is wide open. Touchdown, Irish. And Notre Dame takes the lead. With 1:38 to go, it's Mitchell Evans with a 16-yard touchdown, and Notre Dame has the lead in this Gator Bowl. Mitchell Evans gives Notre Dame the lead. It's been a very good game, shootout kind of game. So 44-38 Notre Dame, 1:38 to go. So a 12-play, 80-yard drive for Notre Dame that eats up 6 minutes of this clock. South Carolina is going to get the ball back. They're going to have to get in the end zone to try to send this to overtime, most likely. Here we go. The extra point is up, and it is good. So 45-38 Notre Dame with 1:38 to play in this Gator Bowl. So it's a great bootleg concept, fakes the handoff, and then the tight end Evans is just wide open. No one within about 7-8 yards of an easy score for Notre Dame. So Evans with an easy touchdown, wide open. No one is even close to touching him, and Notre Dame regains this lead that they were about to go up 14, and they threw the pick six to tie the game, and now they get the lead back. So South Carolina, they're going to have 1:38, a little less, probably after the kickoff, depends if he returns it. But they got to get into the end zone. So which team will end the year 9-4 and be the Gator Bowl champions? Here we go. South Carolina is going to return. It's going to run some off the clock. It's a pretty good return. Gets the corner, and that's what South Carolina need. That's a really good return out to the 37-yard line of South Carolina. There is a flag. So the return out to the Gamecocks 37-yard line, but I think this is coming back, most likely for a block in the back. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be coming back, which is going to push South Carolina back. So let's see what the penalty is. So blindside block on South Carolina, so that's going to push the ball back. So the decent, pretty good return out to the 37. It's coming back for a illegal block. 1st and 10 for South Carolina here. So let me see here. Yeah, it's a blindside block. So that pushes the ball all the way back to the South Carolina 11. Here we go. Rattler's pass is complete and just short of the first down marker. South Carolina, they got to go pretty quickly. They got a long field to go. Still 79 yards with just one timeout and 1:20 to go to try to send this game to overtime, or they could go for 2 for the win. Here's Spencer Rattler. Rattler's pass is complete and still going. That'll get the ball down to the 32-yard line. South Carolina, 68 yards to go for the end zone here. Here we go, Spencer Rattler. They're holding the clock. They're holding him. Ref holding the time here. But Rattler takes a snap with 55 seconds, and now a whistle goes before the snap. So Notre Dame's going to use their first time out of the half. They still have 2. So they're going to add just 2 seconds back. I thought that there should be a minute. They should be up to a minute still left. But they just add 2 seconds to the clock here. So Notre Dame had 12 players on the field. They were scrambling around. I think South Carolina was trying to snap it. The ref was trying to give Notre Dame a time for substitution. but then they had to use a timeout. But I think there should be more time added on here than just the 2 seconds. So 45-38, Notre Dame leads with 55 seconds to go in this Gator Bowl. Both teams 8-4. Who will get to 9-4 and be the Gator Bowl champions? So, okay, you can have 12 players on the field before the ball is snapped, but it just up until the ball is snapped, they have to be off the field. So Notre Dame clearly had 12 players on the field right before the ball was snapped, but the ref was given the time for the substitution, so that's not a penalty on Notre Dame. So can Spencer Rattler lead South Carolina into the end zone to try to send this game to overtime? So they have 55 seconds to go, 69 yards here. Rattler takes the snap. Rattler looking. Spencer Rattler gets out of the sack, and now he's going to run. He's going to have a first down and more. Spencer Rattler all the way to about midfield to the 50, but there is a flag. And looks probably going to be a hold here with 47 seconds or some other penalty. All right, let's see. Who is this on? Now, it wasn't a clear hold, so let's see who this is on. Wow. Personal foul on Notre Dame. So a personal foul on Notre Dame. That's going to push the ball 1st and 10 for South Carolina. So I think deep in the Notre Dame territory. So let's see here. I don't see anything. Okay, so that's going to push. I didn't really see anything, but that's going to push the ball. Tack on 15 in the end of the run. That'll push the ball all the way to the Notre Dame 35. So just 35 yards to go for Spencer Rattler in South Carolina. The pass is deflected, incomplete, with 43 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. Notre Dame, South Carolina still with 43 seconds to go, 35 yards. So now 43 seconds to go, 35 yards. Spencer Rattler looking, and it breaks down. Rattler is going to have to throw it away, and incomplete, 3rd and 10 now, as he was facing a lot of pressure. The Notre Dame line got in there and almost brought Rattler down, but he's able to get a throw away with 38 seconds to go, and that looked like grounding, but no flag. And there it is. They're going to drop the late flag, and looks like it's going to be intentional grounding on Spencer Rattler in South Carolina, as they threw the flag late after having a conference. And so South Carolina, this is going to be a 10-second runoff, but to avoid it, they're going to take a timeout. Use their final. So instead of taking the 10-second runoff, which would have ran the clock down to 28 seconds, they're going to use their final timeout. They also lose the down, so it's 3rd down with 38 seconds to go for South Carolina. It's going to be a 3rd and 21 for South Carolina, down 45-38. So here we go. 38 seconds to go. 3rd and 21 for South Carolina. Here we go. From all the way back to the South Carolina 48, Rattler's going to throw. Spencer Rattler facing a ton of pressure again, and he throws one to the sideline, incomplete. So it's going to be a 4th and 21. And there's a fight breaking out here, and there's going to be about 3 flags thrown. They got to sort this out. 30 seconds to go. See what these penalties are going to be. It was going to be 4th and 21 back at the South Carolina 48, but some flags for some pushing and shoving. Let's see what this is going to be. Unsportsmanlike conduct on South Carolina. Yeah, that's the only penalty. So it's just going to be the unsportsmanlike conduct on South Carolina. I believe a push of zone, so that's going to back it all the way up to a 4th and 36 for South Carolina. So he didn't like the way Rattler was hit, went to go pull the guy off, and then number 0 just pushes him off of Spencer Rattler, and that's a 15-yard penalty. I mean, you don't want the guy in your quarterback, but you can't have that already. What was going to be a 4th and 21. You can't have that penalty. So all the way back to the South Carolina 39-yard line. Here we go. They got to go 36 yards. They got one play to do it. Spencer Rattler. Rattler facing a ton of pressure. He's hit as he heaves one deep, and his pass is batted away, incomplete, and that should do it. Notre Dame is gonna win the the Gator Bowl 45-38 over South Carolina. 20 seconds to go. So Rattler is facing a ton of pressure. Just threw that one deep. And the last couple plays, his line hasn't really held up well. There was a ton of pressures. Notre Dame just bats that one away. There's about 6, maybe 7 Irish to bat that one away, and just one South Carolina receiver. So South Carolina down some guys. They're unable to come back and beat Notre Dame. Your final score in the Gator Bowl: Notre Dame 45, South Carolina 38. Notre Dame won their season 9-4. South Carolina ends at 8-5. Notre Dame wins the Gator Bowl. So that will do it. We will probably be back. It looks like Wyoming, Ohio is close. We'll probably be back in just a little bit to call the end of that Arizona Bowl. That'll be the final game I'm calling today. Not going to be able to call Clemson and Tennessee. But great game. Notre Dame wins it. Thanks for tuning in.